Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Raw Cloud. Now, before I begin to talk about this timeline I went into, I want to give you guys an indication of what essentially, not just me, but more people like me have been doing. Uh, you guys heard of the Montauk project, and they learned about time traveling, going into other realities. That's essentially what I'm doing. These capabilities are within my blood, and it's within my genetic makeup to travel into certain timelines, into certain futures, and interact and bring that information back. Now, how I do it is that I leave this particular timeline uh, by soul. And it's best to travel in that manner instead of going through technology and using your own physical body to go into another time, another reality. That way, the it does not cause um, a lot of um, what I consider problems changing realities. So how I do it is probably about the best way to do it to interact in those timelines. Now, other timelines that I go into, other dimensions, like when I go into like a whole different dimension, uh, well, my soul can vibrate at that frequency and become physical at that point. So I'm actually there, but what I consider my soul being there, I can vibrate to become physical in that density. As long as I can vibrate at that, it's just like somebody coming here from a high density or another time. They would have to, if they travel just by soul, like a light being or something of that nature, if they can, if they have the ability to vibrate at that frequency, they become physical um, in our reality. This is how we see certain beings that pop in from other densities, other timelines, other realities, whether it be future, the past, or the present timelines that have not merged yet. They can become um, physical in our reality if they know how to vibrate at our density, at that frequency we are currently at. So, of course, you guys know about the Montauk project. If you don't, I will leave a link for you guys to know um, and to study. And when I give you that link, guys, it may be a little long, but please uh, understand that it is very vital for me to tie all of this stuff together. It is this right now is a pinnacle point for human existence to understand their future. In order to know your future, you must understand your past. So when I leave you links, it'll be 10, 15 years ago. These videos have been uploaded for the public, and these people um, that have worked close with the Navy wanted this information out. So everything that I have been doing up to this point has everything to do with your legacy. And what I mean by legacy, I'm talking about your children and their children and so on. Because I told you before that, we all make it out pretty good, but you can't think about yourself. You have to think about your children and your grandchildren and so forth, because Earth has a place, and we need to teach our children, and then they should teach their children. It is very important that you all begin to teach your children about the future that is coming. Okay? And the Navy guy will explain that to you in the link, but I will go into what I've been doing and how I operate here on Earth. I'm essentially a time traveler. You know, my father was Navy. I don't know about his father, but you guys know about the projects that I've been into, and how I've been helping, and how I've been disclosing. And these whistleblowers, they are, you know, coming out from the Navy and talking about this stuff. The Navy is leading disclosure, so I am very happy that they are doing this. And a lot of people are still going to be in disbelief, but you guys are ready for this information. You absolutely are ready. So I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to tell you what's been going on in my life and how I travel. I won't withhold anything from you. I will give it to you uncut and, you know, straight from my heart. Because, like I said, the future is is prominent for your children and my children, and then we are going to leave a legacy, and we need not be selfish about that legacy, and not talking to our children about what's going on. Do not be embarrassed about this information, because it is valid. Okay, the future is coming, and I'm not talking about 10 15 years from now, 30 years from now. I'm looking way beyond that. I travel way beyond that. So that's what I'm trying to prepare you guys for. Uh, we will all along, we will be gone um, from this place, and we may incarnate to come back and do further help. But just in case this is my last trip around as far as incarnating here, I really do want to make it my last trip. If I have to come back, then yes, I will come back and continue on with this work, because it's very important for the future of humanity. But I'll talk about um, last night, the timeline that I went into. So I popped into this timeline, and it was daytime. Normally I pop in, and it'll be nighttime, but it was daytime, and I'm on a long dirt road, and offside the highway, you know, there's another dirt road that I'm walking down, and there's cars passing each way, and I think this was a female sheriff. Um, I think she was black in this small town that I popped into, and as she's driving in this pickup truck, she was in this pickup truck, and it had to be some time in the past that I went there. This was not present time. This wasn't future time. This was past. And so I telepathically linked with her, and when she see me walking, you know, our eyes connected. But I linked with her. I knew that she was a sheriff. She did not. I don't know if she was off duty or what, but and driving in this pickup truck. But when we caught eyes, I linked with her, and I guess there was some sort of um, connection, and she drove past. Then she turned around and came back up my way, and I just continued to walk as she pull up and get out the car, and she began to speak with me. I guess because I looked new, I wasn't from that time, um, that town. It was obvious I wasn't from that town, and she began to talk with me. But as she's talking, I'm phasing her out. I'm not even really paying attention because my mind is starting to connect with everything around me. My mind is shifting and being drawn elsewhere. So, and I'm already beside this white church on the off the roadside, and I see this. I don't know what he was. To be honest, he looked like he was mixed between human and a tree, and his physicality, his physicality, he had humanoid type features, and he began to walk up. Now, as he's walking, he's not really noticing everything, anybody around him, or he's just in this conversation within his mind, within himself, and it was like he was in a trance as he was walking. So think of a mutant. The best way to explain his physicality would be mutant, and that's what he looked like. So, and I'm listening to him, and this female sheriff, she began to see him as well, and I guess within that timeline, I'm not too sure about this. Um, I don't know why she wasn't as shocked. Uh, I'm used to these types of things happening because as we go into, I told you before, as we go into different timelines, there will be subtle things that do not fit our timeline at all, okay? There will be subtle things within different timelines that are normal for that timeline, for those people within that timeline that may not be normal for this. But I'm used to this type of stuff, so it didn't bother me. Um, so as he's talking to himself, he's not aware of anything other than the conversation that he's having with himself. And he was a Caucasian guy, but he was a. I'm getting in my mind some type of elemental. That's what's coming to my conscience. That he was some type of human elemental breed, creature, whatever you want to call him. So he can go between human and this type of tree, humanoid tree. But you can still see that he had human physicality as well as he's mixed in. So I was drawn to him, and I talked with him, and then he came out of this trance. As he came out of the trance, he transformed back into more human, way more human looking than that mutant type tree elemental or creature that he was. And his mind, because when he was talking to himself, his eyes were already up, and it was like almost rolled back into his head as he was talking. And when I spoke to him, his eyes came back forward and looked at me, and then he shapeshifted back into a Caucasian male with a beard, um, and you could see his forearms. His forearms still had like more tree, but human. I don't know if you guys remember Popeye. His forearms were huge, like that. So, and he looked when he shifted when he shifted his eyes back and looked at me, he had this serious face like he wanted to kick my ass. And so, um, I spoke to him the way I speak to all of you guys, whether it's females. Uh, you guys are my sisters and my brothers, and I said, um, I'm not here to cause any problems, my brother, and I showed him that I'm not here, to harm him. So he kind of calmed down when he came out of that trance. Like I said, he shapeshifted back into a more human looking, but I could tell that this guy was extremely strong. He was extremely strong, and he would have been a threat if he had not calmed down. So, but I can see within his eyes that he was angry as soon as he shifted back to human. By this time, this sheriff, this female sheriff, she got a call on her radio that there was um, I think a family member of hers was uh, was being prostituted. I was gonna say more like human trafficking, but I think it was more like she was taken and prostituted, not on the lines of human trafficking, but maybe a little bit of that was going on. And I think she was a family member of this sheriff. So when this sheriff got a call stating that they had a location and she was close within range, it was only up the street that this girl was at. So we me and this elemental, this tree guy, um, I asked him for his help, you know, because I can link with this sheriff, and she had a little bit more information on these people that have been taking females and prostituting them off to anybody and making money off of them. So we go up the street. We go up the street, and we see this business, and she go in there. Now the tree guy, man, he's ready. He's ready for to kick some ass. I don't know why he was like that, but I did ask for his help, and so therefore he did help. Um, but he in that human state, he was ready to kick some ass. So the sheriff go in to this building, and I did see a lot of females in there, and and the tree elemental guy, he go in there. By this time, I had to come back, and I got from my higher self that it was time for me to come back because I cannot accumulate karma within that reality because I would be tied to it. Now, the person that I was within that reality uh, was supposed to help at the I left. So that's what happened. I know a lot of this stuff is going to be kind of difficult for you guys to understand what is the reason behind Raw Cloud doing all of these things. The best answer that I can give you is that this is a part of my soul work. This is a part of my soul mission to go in and help where I am needed. This is the type of contracts that I have with Source God and other beings out there within the higher realms, is to come down and do this type of work and to help. This is why I tell you, a lot of the Montauk projects are continuing to go on. Okay, and I will give you links that way I can tie these things together of what we are doing. I'm not the only one that's doing this. I don't know if other people are talking about it the way I talk about it. I really think that they should, but they have their own reasons of why they do what they do, and may not be talking about it, guys. But there is information out there that I'm going to be leading. As long as my team is leading me to this information, these old videos. Now, I come across this video hours after I had time travel into that past. So, and I know that I'm getting help. I know that I'm being guided to give this information because they give me information to help me not, I don't contradict myself anymore. I don't doubt myself anymore. I know about the Montauk projects. I know uh, about these Navy missions. I know about the Galactic Federation missions. Okay? And when you guys hear Galactic Federations, just know that all of these federations that's out there are not always positive, okay? It's not. I know people get excited when they hear Galactic Federations and councils. Not all of these councils are positive. Not all of them have humanity best interest at heart. Okay? I want you guys to understand that. So you have to use your own discernment of when you hear this stuff, because there will be misinformation deliberately put out to confuse you. All right? But you guys know about the Montauk projects. You know about this other information. And another thing, guys, another thing that I want to you guys to understand is that when you're dealing with top secret, very, very high top secret information, when you are dealing with that, when you hear stuff like blue beam, and when you hear stuff like like paperclip, now these are decoy uh, project names. They're not the real project names. So I want you to also put that in your conscience that these are not real project names. Now, other the real project names you're not going to know because they are very high classified, very, very high, and they are coded. In order to get the proper name of these projects, you need a special computer to decode these highly classified names. Okay, so but these are decoy names of projects that do exist. They are not the real project names. Okay, and there's a lot of more information within these highly classified projects. Okay, so when you hear paperclip, when you hear blue beam, when you hear all of these other projects, they're not the real project names. So, um, Yeah, I'll be talking about another video real soon, but I wanted to give you guys that information. And guys, please talk to your children about this type of information. Even if they don't understand it, start seeding it now for their future. This is your legacy you're going to be leaving. You are responsible. You are very responsible for how the future turns out. If you don't start talking to your children about this stuff now, you are not being genuine for their future and for your grandchildren and so on. So, we are all responsible to teach our children about the future and this type of information. So, once again, I love, honor, and respect all of you guys. Have a good day. Look at that link. It is very important. Love you guys.